So what's up, y'all? It's your girl JxHoney, and we are live here at the BYOB retreat, and I have a special guest with me.
Luke Awal. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in.
Okay.
So I want to know what inspired you to create HBCU Buzz.
When I was an undergrad, I visited a lot of different HBCU campuses, and I realized there was a big void in our HBCU community about displaying our message and what's going on in our community. So I sought out to fill that void.
Okay. So why do you feel the HBCU experience is so important for melanated people?
It's extremely important. I mean, I think it gives you a sense of who we were, who we are, and where we're going. So HBCUs are always paving forward that message for our culture.
So do you feel that HBCUs will become more diverse in the future?
I hope not, but I know it will. Trends have already shown that a lot of different races are starting to invest in HBCUs and want to go to HBCUs. So I feel like eventually it'll evolve.
Okay, so what school did you say you went to?
Bowie State University.
Okay, that's an HBCU, correct? All right. So, like, what was your? I don't know all the HBCUs, but what was your most memorable moment?
While I was an undergrad, I had the opportunity to pledge the greatest fraternity in the world, Omega Psi Phi fraternity. So that was one of the most impactful experiences while I was on the college campus.
So, what do you see for the future of HBCU Buzz and your company?
As for right now, I just see it growing. We're invested in young people as of right now, so we're trying to figure out different ways to get the HBCU message across social platforms.
Okay. So why should people visit HBCU Buzz?
Because we're dope, popping, and we display the message of HBCUs, and most importantly, we give a different perspective of what's going on in our community.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and shift gears, and we're going to talk about something, that's been weighing on many people. So as a black man, like, how do you feel about the message Donald Glover is pushing with This Is America?
I think Donald Glover is a great artist, and I think everything that he did as far as, that video and the visuals behind the song was phenomenal. I think the messaging and where he was trying to go with his messaging was dope, and I think you gotta understand he has a fan base that's not directly and primarily black, so he wanted to inform people about what's really going on in our country, and I think that was great. I think it was dope.
Okay, that's what's up. So did you follow Donald Glover, before he got to this point?
Absolutely. So I've been a Donald Glover fan for many years.
Right. Okay, that's what's up. So how do you feel about him dating outside of his race? Do you feel like it kind of, takes a toll on the message that he's promoting, or?
I think it's very, very important to understand that, now that I'm in LA, I understand, being around diverse backgrounds and people from all over different cultures and stuff like that. But I think it's important to understand that, sometimes when you're a black man in this country and you date outside your race, it's very, very hard to, stay true to who you are.
Right.
And I think the fact that he is doing that and still staying true to who he is and making sure his message is still getting across and, what he believes in is important. I think that's very dope.
Okay, that's what's up. So, slavery was a choice. Kanye West said these words on live television, TMZ. What was your reaction when you heard him say this?
At first I was pissed, and then I watched the full interview because when I originally heard it, I read the quotes on social media, and then I realized his messaging. I love Kanye. I mean, he's a Gemini. I've met him a few times. I wear all his stuff. I think his music is dope. I really feel like he misspoke. I really feel like he meant slavery is a choice versus slavery was a choice.
Right.
But I also feel like as an entertainer, you have more responsibility to your fans, and especially in our culture. And I feel like he did a poor job in explaining, articulately explaining what he meant.
So, are you still going to support him, after all this debacle that's been going on?
Like I said before, and it's funny, I tweeted this a couple weeks ago. I was just like, it's very, very hard to separate support from like family and understand like, okay, if I love Kanye and I say, okay, I support his music, does that mean I support his political views? No. Do I support the fact that he, is a Donald Trump fan? No.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I don't support his music, doesn't mean his shoes aren't dope, and that doesn't change the fact that I love Kanye as a person, so.
True, that's what's up. So do you feel that we have an obligation to be on the same page when it comes to, our thoughts as black people? Because, like he said, he's a free thinker. So, do we have to stay on the same page? Do we have to kind of all, just kind of be in this hub together mentally as far as black people are concerned?
I think we have a more responsibility to do so. The only reason because of what's going on today in the world, or what's been going on in the world, and he got to understand when he has a more responsibility when he reaches a certain plateau to his fans, his audience, and stuff like that. So it's hard to say, okay, yes, free thinking has made him who he is, but he also has to understand that he has to figure out a way to shift our culture and make people understand, like, free thinking is cool, but you also got to know where you're from and understand the problem and help make solutions to, you know, move our culture and our demographics. So,
okay, cool. So, in my opinion, it seems like things are going very well for you, you know, career-wise and being in LA. So I want to know, what advice would you give to your younger self to help keep yourself, like, motivated?
To keep motivated, I would just say start ideas. Like, when I was younger, I had so many ideas, and it's not till now that I started doing them. You know, I came up with Taper like 7 years ago.
Right.
And it's up until like last year where I really say, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and do it. You know,
right.
Hire a developer, start doing the code, hire some people, you know, get people on the app, see what it looks like.
Right.
So the younger me, I would say start at a younger age. You know, when I'm in LA, I meet people and I'm like, well, hey, I started this app 6 years ago, sold it, and I was 23. Right. I was just like, wow, I should have did this a long time ago. But right. That's the only advice I would say. Start earlier.
Okay, so the last burning question: which album would you say would be the soundtrack to your life currently?
And it's so funny because I have mentors, right? And we were recently talking about the fact that you have to follow entertainers based on where you are in your career. Right. So like when I was younger, I used to love, you know, young rap and stuff like that. But the older I've gotten, now I can relate to like a more, since we were talking about Kanye, I can relate to like a graduation album. Right. Just because some of the tracks that he was speaking about, I'm living it now. You know, moving to LA, dating outside of my race, and you know, hanging with certain people that have money. And like, I remember when Kanye used to rap about wait till I get my money right. And at that moment, you know, he just touched $2 million, and he's like, yo, I'm now a millionaire, but wait till I get my money right so I can really do what I really want. So that spoke to me. That's why when a lot of people relate to artists when they get to their peak, I'm like, okay, can you really relate to them? Because that's not what you're living right now. I always like to go back and listen to them when they first kind of got out there, because that's where I'm at right now. So I would say graduation. Okay, that's what's up. Well, it was definitely great vibing with you and chatting with you. It's your girl JxHoney and
Luke Awal. And you got it locked into the vibe.